Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late February, moving into early March 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Scorpio collective. I hope you're all doing great, my friends. Let's get it going, my guides. Talk to me. What do you got for Scorpio gang here as we enter Pisces season, our fellow water signs? Let's see what we got. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. Let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Scorpio, please. And thank you, my guides and spirit team. Talk to me. What messages? Really quick. Super quick. The first shuffle, the card popped out. It's the same one that showed up in the Pisces reading, which could be good. I mean, it ties in with the reading we had for you last week. We have this Fool type of energy. Not a fool in a bad way, Fool like in tarot. So very good for action, new things, new journeys, new cycles. Really good. And I think that's a theme within the water signs this week. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the February subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card a little bit. So as I mentioned, it did show up in the Pisces reading as well. Notice there's this lady, she's dressed up as a jester, and I'm not sure if you could see it on the camera, but towards the bottom there's literally 3 different renditions of the Fool card in the tarot deck. So this is the full embodiment of the Fool card when I see it. Now, it does represent Aries, so for some of you this could be an Aries that you're connected to. Maybe you have some Aries placements. I know I have Aries and Scorpio myself, but Aries is also fellow Mars type of energy, so Scorpio is also ruled by Mars and Pluto. That's besides the point. This is a card of action and movement. For a lot of you, you could be moving into a new cycle, and especially when we talk about last week's reading, I've been seeing this cycle starting to kick over for the water sign, specifically Scorpio. I like the Fool card. It's happy, it's jovial, it's really lighthearted. So for some of you, this could be really good stuff coming in, a cause to be happy and excited. But it is a little warning against being spontaneous. Remember, Aries energy could be fiery and spontaneous as well. So that's something to watch out for. And this time you might be a little more fired up than you normally are. Let's just put that down right there. I feel like that's a positive omen for the future. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. So let's shuffle it up one time here for Scorpio gang, please, my guides. And yes, while we get this deck all shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled Big Karmic Ending. And now you see why it ties in with the Fool card, because this is a card of beginnings. So I was seeing for a lot of Scorpios different cycles closing out. And if there is any sign that can really roll with the punches of things changing and cycles closing and remaking yourself, it's the Scorpios. And there was this strong karmic energy attached to it as well. So big metamorphosis time, my friends. But let's see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get you 3 cards to start here for Scorpio, please. Late February into early March. What do we got going on here? Thank you. Okay, we have the Star card. So the future, wish fulfillment. We're looking okay so far with the Star. That rhymed. Let's get it right into place. Let's get a couple more here. Really see what's happening with Scorpio, please. The Death card, that's us right there. So very powerful major arcana here, my friends. So some similar themes that we saw last week. Let's get one more out. I do believe the Death card showed up in last week's reading as well. And we got the King of Cups, aka Kyle of Cups himself without a beard, holding a goblet, having a drink, having himself a damn good time on the back end of this spread. So we have 2 cards that can represent Scorpio here. A lot of energy of the self, which I saw for you last week as well. So this is a little bit of a different flavor though. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, obviously I was speaking as the cards were flying out. We have a couple patterns showing up here. We have 2 very powerful major arcana that could look at different areas in the cycle of life. We have 2 water sign type of energies, 2 Scorpio energies in specific, or you and another water sign. So there's like some running themes that we've been seeing for a little bit now. Let's go through each one of these and build this reading out piece by piece, because there could be a lot of things for us to take a look at this week, especially with all this major arcana and cards of the self. Now, position number one, and remember, this could be something coming towards you or a way someone could even feel. We'll talk about it. Position number one, we have the Star card. Now, for a portion of you, you may be connected to an Aquarius or somebody that has strong Aquarius placements. When I see the Star card, first and foremost, it's wish fulfillment energy. When you wish upon a star, am I right? Something coming in that's really, really good. Now, remember, we had this Fool energy, which is the beginning. This is in the distance. So we have like all these different indicators of the big scope of life, like the beginning of a journey, your goals in the long run. I really like the Star card though, because it's filled with hope. It's angelic. If you're not connected to a Scorpio, this is something to be hopeful for, or a wish coming in straight up. Another thing with it, once again, it is something that could be in a distance. So we may be looking at short-term things, but we're also looking at the long-term in this week's energy. So we'll absolutely look into that much further. Now, I always like to give the positive and the challenge of each card. A challenge of the Star card could be somebody that is a little pessimistic. If I were to use internet slang, the reversed meaning of the star is someone that may be black-pilled, if that makes sense, where someone's like just not seeing the bright side, not seeing the silver lining. But we're not going to go there just yet. I still feel that this is more positive than it is challenging. Into the center, we have the Death card. That's our card right there, right? So if you're not a cross watcher and you're a Scorpio, this is the main card. We have multiple cards that represent us, but this is our card right here. Now, it does not mean physical death. Okay? I'm sure a lot of you already know that. The Death card is about change. It's about transformation. It's about metamorphosis. This is not a negative card. Do not let the scary imagery fool you. This is Phoenix rising from the ashes. So once again, the change, transformation, remaking yourself. This is one of the bigger karmic cards in the whole entire deck. So when we see it in a Scorpio reading, we had the karmic ending energy last week. The karmic energy is still in the mix this week. And since this is a Scorpio reading, it could literally just tell us something that's coming towards you when we clarify it, or a way you might be feeling, or how someone perceives you when we clarify. So a lot of the same could be said with this King of Cups that we're about to talk about in a minute. These are strong, powerful cornerstones of this reading, specifically the Death card. Now, moving to the very back end, we got our good friend, the King of Cups, chilling right there. He does not have a beard, and that's okay. He's having a good time. Now, kings represent control of their respective suit. So when we see the King of Cups, it's like the most evolved version of the cup suit itself. Emotional control, full expressions of love, full expressions of creativity. This is a really nice type of energy. You might be trying to keep your emotions in check in this time. Once again, for a portion of you, this could represent a water sign you're connected to, or you yourself. It's not gender specific. So the clarifier, similar to the Death card, could tell us something coming towards us, a way we might be feeling, or how someone perceives. But I do like the King of Cups. It's loving, it's affectionate. So for some Scorpios in this time, maybe that's something you're craving, right? Maybe you're craving a little love and affection, or maybe someone wants that from you. That's a big possibility. The King of Cups is love in a pure form. So I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for Scorpio, please. Guides and Spirit team, what do we got going on? Yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Star card. Why is the Star here? Yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Scorpio, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Star time. Talk to me. Talk to me. What's happening here? Really want to get over to the King of Cups at some point. We will. We'll get there. Yeah, I mean, Four of Swords reverse, and this is a common card I've been seeing in all the water signs this week. This is that wish fulfillment energy coming in. Now, I will say for some of you, if you're having issues with sleep or your sleep schedule's a little funky, you might want to work on that a little bit. Spirit could be wanting you to tighten that stuff up. But aside from that, when I see the Four of Swords, yes, it's very spiritual. It's extremely connected. In reverse, it is action-based. It's movement. It's something coming in. So when we have this wish fulfillment energy, we already have our first win of the reading here. And we didn't even get to the rest of it, Scorpio. So we're at the very least starting with really positive energy. If you're going through any issues in regards to connections, relationships, money, anything like that, this is like the whole ball of wax where Spirit's saying, hey, there's some energetic improvement and energetic support coming in for a lot of you. So we already have our first big winner victory right up here in the front. And I do want to see how it progresses. Another thing, this is air energy. So is the star. Air represents the realm of communication, but also the mind. So I feel like I need to tell a lot of Scorpios in this time frame, it's extremely important for you to lean on your strong mind. Everyone knows Scorpio has a very strong mindset. You need to stay positive. You need to stay positive, full steam ahead, forward momentum. Don't let anything throw off your mind state. Okay, I feel like I just need to say that for some of you because your mind balance could be tested in one way or another. But once again, I feel like this is our first win showing up and we're only 1/3 of the way through the spread. Let's keep moving. Big, like this is like a dream coming in at some point, and I really like it. So let's go in on the death card. So for some of you, you could be highly motivated to make something happen too. That could be another message. Let's keep going. So why is death here? Why is death here for Scorpio? Thank you. Moon card, more water signs. So we have a grand water trine of energy here, my friends. We have every single water sign showing up in this reading. Okay, and I don't know if you know much about astrology. You ever see someone's birth chart and there's like a triangle with all the different elements? We got Scorpio, we got Pisces, we have Cancer. It's like this movement of water energy that feels perfectly in balance and flow with the way this is coming off. Now, for some of you, you could be in store for a big surprise of some sort. And I saw that in the Pisces reading. I saw something similar in the Cancer reading. For some reason, there's things popping in for the water signs, all of them, not just us. The Moon card is extremely intuitive. Now, yes, I do link it to Pisces and Cancer. And when I see it, I do think of those subtle intuitive energies. Just know you could be energetically sensitive. If you are energetically sensitive, which I'm sure you are, it's going to be heightened in this time. Your emotions could be heightened. I'm just getting a heightened sense of everything for Scorpio in this time, but this is the biggest card of mystery. So once again, you could be in store for a big surprise. Could it be connected to this win? Absolutely. I want to see what clarifies this King of Cups as well. But yeah, some Scorpios, it could be an unexpected or surprising winner victory, straight up. Okay, so we have multiple possibilities here. And the reason I lean that way is I'm not seeing cards of negative here. When we get all the other indicators of the other signs in our element, it's just like easy flowing energy, trines, if you know what those are. So we have this beautiful water trine happening here. Lovely. Feedingness. There's a good energetic support. Let's keep moving. I don't want to get too in depth. You know, I try my best not to mix the astrology and the tarot too much, but it's all connected. Let's go in on that King of Cups. Once again, to keep it brief, unexpected win or victory or surprising one. You get it. We already talked about it. Let's see what the King of Cups has to say. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow card. So what's that King of Cups about? Thank you. Queen of Pentacles, possibilities here. So for a lot of you, this could come in the realm of connections right here on the back. We have water, we have earth. That's all about abundance, possibilities, and blessings. I absolutely love this reading from front to back, Scorpio. And you know, if you're a regular watcher, yes, I'm an optimistic reader, but if there is any sign that I keep it extra, extra real with, it's the Scorpio gang, right? Because I'm a Scorpio moon, I get it. I always give Scorpios the messages just like straight and to the point, no matter what, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. This reading from top to bottom is claimable, in my opinion. I'm claiming it for myself. Now, we have the Queen of Pentacles in the upright underneath the King of Cups. So yeah, whenever you get a King and Queen, it can represent our personal attachments and connections with people. The Queen of Pentacles is goddess energy. She is very similar to the Empress. It could talk about good things coming in regards to money and material possessions. So Scorpio, it's like we have multiple wins as we go throughout this whole entire thing. And we have the massive blessings right here on the back end, which I absolutely love. Okay, there could be money coming towards you, personal connections, so much possibility. So if you're going through a trying time right now, if you're feeling intense emotion or whatever it might be, Spirit is really asking you to look towards the future with some optimism because there's so much possibility to be had. Let's go through and do a quick recap because I feel like there's multiple different types of winds coming in. It's like we have long-term and short-term, immediate term. Let's go through piece by piece and then we'll get into the shadow card. Position number 1, and we do have a lot of different zodiac signs showing up. We got earth signs, we have all the water signs, we have Aquarius, but we have the star with the 4 of swords in reverse. Spirit might want you to tighten up your sleep schedule or make sure you're sleeping properly. But aside from that, a big message I'm picking up here is this energy coming in, and it's like double whammy surprise mode with what we're picking up. This could be your long-term goals, your long-term happiness. And another thing I picked up as well is to like really keep your mind state strong. Don't fall into pessimism. Don't fall into black pill mentality, which could be difficult sometimes, right? Especially like with the intensity that us Scorpios feel things. Moving to the center, we have the death card with the moon in the upright. So this links in with all the water signs here. It feels like a beautiful grand water trine of energy. Really lovely stuff, harmonious and balanced. I do feel there's a big surprise coming in, and it's going to be for the better for the vast majority of Scorpios with what I'm picking up here. Maybe there's certain things you're laying low from. I didn't say that within the reading, but I could see that here. Maybe you're in lay low mode. Maybe you're sitting back, chilling, not letting yourself be seen, a little solitude. It's all good. Because moving to the back end, we have the King of Cups with the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Chef's kiss energy, absolutely beautiful. So for some of you, this could be in regards to connection. Some of you can be in regards to money, earthly blessings, and abundance. I just feel win after win after win stacked up here. So I would embrace it, I would claim it, and move forward into the future with a huge sense of optimism. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into them further, because we have wins of all types. Like I said, emotional, long-term, short-term, material, like relationships, like it's all over the place. Screenshot. Let's get into the shadows. I should have kept them there, but let's shuffle it up here. I'm going to get you one shadow card just to see what's in the shadows, whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Not every shadow card has to be a challenge, my friends, so let's get your card out here real quick. What do we got, my guys? And yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll leave a link for it in the comments below. It is a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love and appreciation for all my channel members. Let's get this card out here. What do we got for Scorpio, please? What do we got in the shadows? Thank you. Okay, 6 of Wands. So even our shadow card is victorious this week, Scorpio. This is probably one of the better readings I've done for Scorpio in quite a long time, my friends. I'd say it's claimable from front to back. So let's talk about this 6 of Wands real quick. What does it represent? Triumph, public notoriety, coming out on top, getting kudos and recognition for the good things that you've done. The only challenge with this card could be the ego when it's here. This could represent someone you're connected to that might be a little egoic, right? Someone that never loses. Even if they do, it don't matter. I never lose. I'm never wrong. Watch out for individuals like this when this card is here, and try your best not to be that aggressive, if that makes sense. But when I see the 6 of Wands, it's complete and total victory, and guess what? We're looking in the shadows. Remember in the reading itself, the death card with the moon, like things popping up out of nowhere, big surprises, surprising wins, all that good stuff. The 6 of Wands, the victory in it reinforces what I've already been saying and feeling. So I would say in this time, just watch the ego a little bit, especially when times are good, and try not to get too tangled up with egoic people in this time. So yeah, Scorpio, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the February subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, please feel free to go over to my website, mastermetaphysics.com, to check out my digital calendar. But for the February subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of my go-to decks, and it is absolutely awesome. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot suits, which one vibes with your energy the best? Is it the Wands, Pentacles, Cups, or Swords? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of February, I'll announce winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.